Welcome back, everyone, to the Game Vault podcast stream. I am your host, Tom. Joining me tonight are Mark and Jonathan.
Hello.
It's Halo Hump Day. We're back.
Jonathan, I don't know how we both paused and still timed it right to say hello at the same time.
I had a brain fart and I realized, oh, right, I should probably speak at that point.
Yeah, that's all right. I feel like it's been forever since we played Halo.
Correct. Because y'all basically just skipped streaming last week.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when one of your members goes on vacation. Everything
Specifically, Jenny goes on vacation for one week and everything falls apart.
She's
the superstar.
She's the pro streamer. That's what happens.
I did like that she posted in the Game Vault chat, when I'm not streaming, my hobbies are streaming on my alt.
Yeah.
I was able to get there. I was pretty good.
Okay. I have something to complain about.
Go for it.
So Monster Hunter Rise came out on PC recently, and a lot of streamers have been doing viewer lobbies, which is where like they have a queue going for people to play with them. Because you can have 4 people in a single match, and like it's very chill. You can rely on your audience being pretty dedicated, and so generally people are like really decent at the game, and hunts go pretty quickly and whatever. So one of the Monster Hunter streamer I watch the most is a speedrunner. Like, he beats the whole game in like 3.5 hours instead of the 40 that it takes most people. And he's been, oh crap. My controller just stopped working.
Oh, good.
I was clicked off the game. And was like, why isn't my controller working?
Yeah, I just double checked that. That's not the case. Okay. Well, I have PC controls configured. I just have to pull my keyboard out. Okay.
So I have no idea how attrition works.
It's elimination. We have limited lives, and you can revive teammates. That's a Banshee, which seems bad.
Yep. It's not good, that's for sure. No, it's definitely not. Oh, somebody kicked him out of there.
God damn it, they took the sniper rifle from me.
So what were...
Yeah. So, speedrunner. He's doing viewer lobbies because he's got to level up in the game for a casual playthrough, right?
Yeah.
So I joined the thing, and I joined, and then 2 other people joined, and one of them is level 3. I am level 102, the streamer is 120, and the 4th person is level 227. And so this guy is in super low level content that is like literally worthless to us. It does not give any rewards that we can use for anything. And he's like, can you guys please help me farm parts? And it's like, seriously? You really gonna ask a speedrunner to carry you through low-level missions and ruin the game for 3 other people?
On stream,
like, well, I mean, like, this is a queue. And so you're making us waste our turns, the other 2 of us who are in this queue.
Oh, that's right. That's good.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about
And so,
that.
oh, cool. I was thinking we would fight the giant jet dragon, while I'm playing with people I know are extremely good. The hardest, the last monster you unlock in the entire game, but I guess we'll fight this super baby monster that we're gonna obliterate in 2 minutes.
Or not.
Streamer doesn't tell you no.
That's the problem, is they don't want to tell somebody.
No. He specifically had said he will help people with progression in this stuff now because he has gotten to endgame himself.
Okay.
So like, don't blame the streamer, but it's just this person. And yeah. So that's what I was doing before this.
I can understand why you're upset. I get it.
Yeah. Now, why?
I like how Orlando specifically knew that I would use it.
You got your laughs.
Well, yeah, I had died.
You were
while
kind of in a
AFK
bad
the first
spot.
time.
You were like way out in the open, so it was not a good spot.
Seriously?
Yeah, I saw that.
I got hit by a sniper. Not even the guy
Nice.
standing in front of me.
Yeah. Okay, well I did get one kill. That's good, I guess.
Yeah, we're getting destroyed.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that they don't like attrition.
Yeah, not a fan,
Um,
honestly. Well, the fact that there's vehicles in it is kind of shitty.
God damn it.
Yeah, he
I
totally
didn't realize he could do a barrel roll like
he
that.
totally backflipped and hit you.
Yeah. Which was very cool, except
Also, everybody saw it because
Not
it
good.
was on stream. Sorry.
I mean, I don't feel bad about the stream viewers seeing someone get an extremely cool kill.
It was-
That is why they are here.
It was pretty cool. Like,
And I don't feel bad about dying in a really cool way. Just
this is not going well.
I apologize for
Yeah, me and Tom are being
having a rough
camped.
time.
Yeah, this guy just wants to get out of this game with us.
I don't blame him. We're out of lives, so
Oh, cool.
how many games of attrition do you have to do?
I need to complete a single match of attrition.
Okay, well, we just did.
Thank God.
Thank you. Yeah.
There it is. We did it.
Yeah. That's so weird that my controller was working in the menus and then stopped working when we got into a match.
That is really weird. That it worked in the menus.
Yeah.
See if it works in the menus when we get back out.
Yeah, so my this stream game playing is I am breaking Final Fantasy VIII over my knee. I currently I just got the Timber, which is like the second mission, and Squall already has 150 strength.
Yeah, you broke it real good.
So the controller's not working anymore.
Do you want me to back out so you can like leave the game
No.
and come back?
No, it's fine.
Alright.
Give me, yeah, it's fine. Like I said, I do actually have mouse and keyboard controls configured, and I have played with it. Just give me 1 second to grab my mouse pad and better mouse.
Okay. Yeah, Mark, so I started Guardians this weekend.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. I got to the first chapter.
Did you get the huddle up yet?
Yes.
Awesome.
It was pretty inspiring. And I didn't mess it up. So that's
Good. The messing it up is fun sometimes too.
I'm sure, but getting it right was nice.
Yeah, do it once just to see the reactions. You're gonna get to do it a lot, so you might as well just do it once.
Yeah. I
It's worth it.
I beat
Hey, I'm
Rock.
back.
You're back. Okay. I beat Rocket in the game in the
Ooh,
first mission.
Somehow I failed that. I don't know how.
Wait, which game are you talking about?
Guardians.
Oh, okay.
Got it on sale.
Right. I remember you talking about that now. Okay.
I bought it during the podcast.
It's
While we were recording, I found that it was on sale and
Yeah,
I bought it.
it was surprisingly good.
Yeah, I'm glad you're liking it.
It feels... I don't know how to put it. It feels like a lot of other Square games right now. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it feels like a mixture of, like, Final Fantasy VII Remake and kind of like...
I can see the comparison to Final Fantasy VII Remake, that it's like a tactical action RPG.
Yeah, like, the game... I don't know how to describe it. It just feels like that. It's not necessarily the same at all. Like, there's not much that is the same about it, but it just feels similar. It feels like a current Square game, I guess, is the
Sure.
best way I can put it. Ow, it was a good nade.
So,
That's a reliable weapon right there.
Ow. Son of a bitch.
let's try.
Oh.
Come on.
So I think not next week, but the week after, I will finally be done with Resident Evil.
Yeah, you're at the end.
Because I think I beat the final boss, essentially. I don't know if you were watching, Jonathan.
I was,
I mean, he very well looked like the final one.
and
Yeah, he looked like the final boss. I'm sure there's something else that I'm going to have to fight. Like, they wouldn't just let you continue on without having to fight something else that's ridiculously overpowered.
Marauder Shields, the most difficult boss in all of video games.
Honestly, though, that fight wasn't that bad. The one on the loading dock was way worse.
Yeah, that was very funny that Tom's like, oh, this fight's such bullshit. Oh, I hate it. And then you beat it. And then Mark's like, I did not expect you to beat that first try.
100%, it was Mayton letting us know about the damage resistance, which I did not know about.
Yeah, if I didn't know that you can get damage resistance from those herbs, I never would have won that fight. Because I loaded up on them. I didn't use them the whole game. And I just loaded up on...
Dark Souls is a lot like that. That you're going through the first time and you're like, man, this is ridiculous. And then later on you know about what items do and when you want to use them and stuff. And you're like, man, I've got three of these things? When the hell am I going to use all these?
It's the like I said, it's the Doom problem. You go through Doom not using the BFG the whole time because you're expecting this ridiculous enemy, and then you just never use it.
I got a kill. I killed a big Italian.
Items inbound.
Yep, I keep killing that guy a lot.
He's not very good, I'm guessing.
I don't know, or he's just the one who's in front of me.
Well, if Mark killed him, I mean,
Power
Yeah.
items have arrived.
Oh, I got killed by Pico de Gallo.
my mortal enemy.
Why aren't you killing him more often, Tom?
I didn't know he was here.
Yeah,
Ow.
I 100%. I was expecting us to have to run through that fight a few times.
I'm so happy I didn't have to do it more than one time because I would have hated life.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I actually think what happened in that fight, I'd have to look it up to see if it's possible. Is like a couple times you hit him when he was picking things up and that was causing damage, like when he dropped it.
Well, yeah, I thought that was the whole point of the fight, was that you had to do that. Because I did that and it did extra damage, and I was like, oh, I guess that's how you damage him. I didn't think I thought it was one of those things where you couldn't damage him unless you were doing that.
You just gotta shoot the eyes.
I figured that out after the fact, but in the beginning I thought, oh, I have to shoot him while he's picking something up. But that definitely helped. That did some more damage when I shot him when he was picking something up.
Yeah.
I thought that was the juice. That was the cheese.
The fight's slightly easier with Leon. I think you have the Magnum. So when he exposes his chest,
You just go off on it.
yeah, with the Magnum.
Power items inbound.
Yeah, I mean, I had decent weapons for the fight.
Power items on the field.
I killed Pico de Gallo.
Hey.
I probably would have been better off if I had the shotgun or whatever the shit it was.
Nice.
Yeah, that's probably your Magnum. Was you put the shotgun when his chest is exposed.
Yeah. But I had put it back because killing the plant men was way easier with... What the fuck was that?
That's what happens in those games.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure second run through I would know what I was doing and I would have the right guns, but I managed without it, luckily.
Yeah.
Nice. I had a mangler, the other guy had a rocket launcher, and we traded.
It's a pretty good trade. I'll take that. The Mangler's OP, man. I love that gun.
Did you see all the discourse stuff about that?
Because they didn't want everybody didn't want them to nerf it.
There were a lot of pro players saying that it's OP and they want them to nerf it, and everybody else is like, no, it's fun, and it's not like it's that crazy.
Yeah, it's not.
And yeah,
It's not
just like,
that
wow,
bad.
this gun's good.
It's
Not-
also it's a good gun for melee damage. Like you can use like a shotgun.
yes, that's the main thing that's good about it is that you get to one shot and then one punch to kill somebody.
One Punch Man?
One
Yeah.
punch man.
Power items incoming.
So what movie are you
All
guys
right.
doing this week, Mark?
Snow Day.
I
The
don't
truth-
know
the-
what that is.
The 2000 Nickelodeon Films classic.
Oh, I have seen that.
I don't know if I've seen that. 2000 may have been on the cusp of when I stopped watching Nickelodeon.
Man.
Spike grenades acquired.
Yeah, it is a very 2000s Nickelodeon movie.
I remember liking it, I think.
Yeah, it's not awful, but it's like it's
Oh
a kids
my
movie, so it's
God.
predictable.
Sure.
Oh, you mean like the movie that I was on for?
Oh well, Eddie and the Cruisers is just an hour and 40-minute music video.
Yes. Yes,
For
it
the
is.
Damn
album.
it.
Yes, it is.
I that episode was fun to listen to because Tom was like, "Look, in this scene, it's like so dumb that they keep saying all this stuff and it's so predictable. It doesn't make any sense." And then you're like, "Yeah, I bought both of the soundtracks."
Well, it's because the soundtrack's good. I own both
I know
of them.
it's just that the whole time you were complaining about it, I was like, Tom really loves this movie, doesn't he?
I do. I mean, I like it because I like music, and you know, like Ant said, it's like a rock opera, or Mark
Yeah.
said it was like a rock opera.
I know, and I understand that. It's just it felt like the SpongeBob Squidward like Krabby Patty scene.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely some stupid shit in the movie. I will 100% agree with that, but I don't know. I just like it.
Gotta sit in the desert, and listen to the silence.
It's so intense.
That's intense.
It's so dumb.
I may or may not have listened to the soundtrack while working out last time I was at the gym.
It's got some good stuff.
Yeah. I just
Oh.
hope no one saw me doing the snaps for the first song.
I did listen to "Count on Us" from the TMNT thing.
Oh
And-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that song's fine. I can see why Dan still listens to it, but I don't think it's as good as the Touch.
Oh, but
That's my take.
Stan Bush, The Touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that.
Yeah. Wanted to let you guys know I backed out because I got TC Tam in like 8 minutes.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine.
But I'll stay on here until we go.
All right.
But yeah, the most dramatic song on that whole album is the New York City song.
It's
the
so
NYC
good.
song.
It's so
It's-
good.
It's 5 minutes. It's
It's definitely, man. What would Bruce Springsteen write about?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ant's description of it's the best French Canadian unauthorized autobiography of Bruce Springsteen ever made is 100% correct.
Yeah.
Because everything down to even having a black man playing the saxophone in his band is Eddie and the Cruisers.
Yeah. They,
The Bruce and E Street Band.
now, I don't know if the guy in the Beaver Brown band is black. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen like them perform live.
You just imagine Eddie and the Cruisers.
Well,
Whatever.
anytime I hear the music, I don't think of him. I think of I think
Michael
of
Paré?
Michael Paré, which I know he doesn't sing, or at least sound like that. But it's just stuck in my brain because I've seen it so many times.
It is
Like,
great.
like On the Dark Side is playing over and over in my head right now.
Like I put in the art chat, that literally came on while I was in Acme.
That's a damn good
Like-
Acme.
I stopped and went, I have to pull out my Shazam. I'm pretty sure this is On the Dark Side.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, we lost
Yeah.
Vendetta episode. I don't know what happened. Something errored out.
I
with
think
the
Ant
file.
said something about he didn't save it or something, or he saved it to the wrong place.
Yeah, the file was corrupted somehow. And then Craig auto deletes after a certain while.
Yeah, and you can't get it back. That's the only problem with Craig is that if you don't get it right the first time and you lose
That's
it,
the only problem with Craig.
well, there's a lot of
Yeah.
problems with Craig, but
he's doing his best.
he's
I
doing
understand this,
He's doing his
but still.
best. I think, Mark, we might need to move to a different program.
Oh yeah, let me know. I'll go wherever.
The one I've been looking at is called Zencaster. It's free,
Okay.
so I'm thinking that might be our next
Power items on
venture.
the way.
because Craig is just too finicky.
And you can't Skype. The compression's too bad on Skype.
The compression's way too bad on Skype. The Zencaster is supposed to be like getting the raw data from each person. It's supposed to work very, very similarly. The reason I like Craig is because it integrates right in with Audacity. But you know, I can't take a chance because we had that one week where every like 30 seconds it would glitch out and there'd be like space in between where we were speaking.
It's hard figuring out these programs because we don't have the time as full-time, working professionals to do everybody record their own Audacity, and I'll
Honestly,
mine it.
I have a mixer So I've done it in the past where I recorded myself live here and then your guys' audio coming through a different channel. But since there's two of you,
Yeah.
it makes it difficult, and I would like everybody to have their own audio channel. What I would love to do is have everybody do it in person. That'd make my life real easy.
Yeah.
But that's not very.
Yeah, it's not possible right now for pandemic reasons, and it's not going to be possible in a couple months for other reasons.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because we record at like late at night. Like,
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
imagine like doing it during the day.
Yeah, or even like even if we do a reasonable like 6, 7 o'clock at night, either us being at your house or you going to some, you know.
Yeah.
And even
I mean, we're all within like an hour and a half of each other. I mean, Mark, you're further away now than you were, but
yeah.
like Jen and I are probably 30 minutes away from each other.
Yeah,
So, I don't know.
I'm more saying you leaving your wife and child.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be a problem at this point. And dog. Don't forget dog.
Yeah, speaking of which, Turtle is sitting like on my wrist.
Oh, that
So-
must be playing well for your mouse and keyboard usage.
So, remember I said I had to get my keyboard out?
Yeah.
That's because I keep it like underneath a shelf and stuff normally when I'm playing using a controller, so that she can't step on it.
Smart.
But since it's now out, it is now vulnerable.
It's in the line of fire. I just got killed by a bot. God damn it.
Yeah, it's like this one streamer I watch whose cat sometimes likes to, because she plays on original hardware, likes to walk across her PlayStation.
Oh,
One,
that's
Oh.
not good. And open
Yeah.
open the disk drive?
or even shut it off.
Man.
Yeah. So,
Double kill.
so the inside joke on her streaming channel has been anytime she needs to reset a game, the saves come, she blames the cat.
That's funny.
Goes, what are you doing? You know.
By the way, Mark, I don't know how close you follow the Mr. Project stuff.
Something big came out recently because I know Giant Bomb was talking about it.
So, PlayStation 1 core is nearly complete. Which,
Yeah.
God, I can't wait for that. They have
Power items on the
pretty much everything working for if you have 2 sticks of RAM, which not many people do. But a single stick of RAM should be enough soon. The guy writing the core is doing an awesome job. Incredible. And also the Saturn core
Ooh.
is working currently.
I don't know why I get excited about Saturn Core. I never had a Saturn, so I don't know any games I would love to play for the Saturn.
It's just a cool thing because it allows you to experience a system that you never had, and it was always like unattainable. But the problem right now is nobody can buy a Mister because DE10 Nanos are all out of stock because of the chip shortage.
Yeah.
But you already have one, right?
I already have one, but my my recommendation to people now is to go that route because buying retro games right now is a complete
Right.
crapshoot, and it's super expensive. Like, to get a game that you really like, a good game, like say you want to buy A Link to the Past. You go to a game store, they're going to charge you $70 or $60 or $70 for that. Which a couple years ago it was $25, $30 maybe. But now
Just an out of box
just for a
cart.
cart. No box, no manual. You're spending $60 on
power items incoming.
A Link to the Past. And it makes it even worse for the games that were already expensive, like Chrono Trigger. Like, I want to say people are selling Chrono Trigger for like $300.
Yeah, that was an original $80 card anyway.
Right, the cart itself was expensive to begin with. And then it was rare on top of that.
Oop, I got a killing spree.
Nice.
Nice.
Hey, we won.
Victory.
The, nice. Oh, wow, we crushed them.
See, it's because I'm not there.
I wasn't going to blame you, Mark.
No, they also had a bot on, at least one bot on their team.
They definitely had one bot because I got killed by it, and I felt
Oh,
like
so it would
a
have been
terrible.
even if I played.
I felt like a terrible player because I got killed by a bot. But yeah, so anyway, so the reason so now anytime anybody asks like, what would you recommend getting started? And I right now I honestly say Raspberry Pi, even though I'm not a huge fan, or even emulation on a PC.
So
That's what I'm doing.
this is probably a good time to mention. I tried out the RetroArch stuff on the Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
and that is, it's a slight pain to get set up, but only because RetroArch is a pain. Like it
Yeah.
just has a bad UI.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's like it is very easy that you literally just download RetroArch from the Windows Store and then an FTP thing so you can move files easily, and then you do that. And
Yeah.
that's it.
It's amazing how easy it is on those consoles to get emulation working, and they work really well for emulation.
Yeah, I had a mediocre experience playing PS2 games. Dark Cloud worked just fine,
Mhm.
but some other games were just not playable because of the frame rate.
Yeah, I mean PS2 is
But-
tough. I mean, right now, if you're using, see, through RetroArch is tough because it's like their built-in emulator, but PCSX2,
Oh, it's using PCSX2.
is it?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's using like, let's see, it's probably not using like the nightly builds. Like, so the nightly builds now has Vulkan support, and Vulkan support greatly increases the performance for
Yeah, so
for
what
most
I had-
PCs.
what I had seen is that the Series X, or I guess the Xbox SAD, SAD box,
The
like
SAD.
Marx likes to say, is I saw a review thing and they were just saying that yeah, it just tends to struggle with the PS2 emulation because of the way that stuff is. But everything else from that generation works perfectly fine, and so I'm excited to try out some GameCube stuff.
Oh yeah, I've heard that the
Um,
Dolphin stuff works really well.
That's yeah, I have that set up, and I have a couple games. I just haven't gotten around to like actually trying them. But
Yeah.
oh right, but the reason that I haven't done that yet is also the reason that I don't think I'm gonna finish FF7 before you guys record your episode. It's I finally was able to put my finger on why I didn't want to play RPGs this week. It's because I don't want I'm tired of words after I get done with work.
I get it.
Because my entire day is reading stuff at the same time that I'm on literally 7 hours of calls a day.
Oof.
And so once I'm done with that, I just don't want to look at words anymore.
I get
I
it.
don't
totally get it.
don't want to hear them, don't want to see them. None of that.
Oh.
That's why I want Monster Hunter, because
Yeah.
there's no speaking in that.
It's
Just rawr.
it's all grinding all the time. Thanks, Mark. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Believe me. My whole day's reading emails, so I understand not wanting to read after work.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to play some more of 5 before this weekend so I can, because I played a good amount on stream, but I would like to play through it more because I would say that was the most fun I've had on Retro Roulette in quite a while.
Active camo available.
Yeah, I still haven't seen your stream, but I need to watch some of that before I listen to the podcast episode and whatever. Also, have you played Bravely Default at all?
A little bit. I've started the game. I've never gotten very far in it. I own it.
Okay.
I have Bravely Default. I have Bravely Second, but I've never gotten very far. And I know that it's a very similar style with a job system and everything.
Well, my first thought playing FF5 was, oh man, Bravely Default is like a literal remake of this game. It's the same job system. It's the same plot and structure and stuff. They just like changed the names of the characters. Like, you know how Galoof's whole thing is amnesia?
Yes.
And there's a character in Bravely Default whose whole thing is amnesia.
That's pretty
And
funny.
he's in the same slot
it's
in your party.
That's good. That's pretty funny. Yeah, he's a pretty funny character. I got a kick out of him.
Yeah, I got to like where they start to reveal some of his past, and I was like, oh man, this is still extremely good. Very funny and ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. If I wasn't like playing Chrono Trigger and had another game lined up after that, I'd say 5 might be the next one. Who knows? It may still be the next one because I have to do Chrono Trigger, and after that, it's either Chrono Cross or Symphony of the Night. So we'll see. We'll see what Imperfect chooses.
Okay.
Because we gave him and Hoffman the option for what games we were going to play because of their donations for Extra Life.
Right.
And Mark's going to play Zelda, and I'm going to play either Chrono Cross or what's it called? Or Symphony of the Night. I do have to say it's been nice seeing a lot more people get into Halo. Even if people don't know how to play Halo, it's fun to see more people getting into it.
Man.
I feel like this one's the most accessible.
Halo?
Yeah. Like
Most accessible of what?
play style? Like it still feels like Halo, but someone who was coming from, say, Call of Duty or
Oh, sure.
Apex. Like I feel like it wouldn't be that difficult to cross over. The only thing is you'd have to learn the weapons, and there's no loadouts and things like that.
I mean,
But that's
but
what
that
makes
doesn't
it.
make it more complicated.
Yeah, but that's also what makes it Halo, is having
Yeah.
starting weapons and.
And you do pick up weapons frequently in Call of Duty and stuff.
Yeah. Especially like Warzone, if people come from Warzone.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Man. I keep forgetting what my melee button is, and that's the thing where you die if you don't remember it instantly. Or
You know-
don't do it at...
You didn't put
The
on
exact
one of
right
your
moment.
17 mouse buttons?
I don't have 17 mouse buttons, but it's on E, but I keep forgetting if it's E or Q.
I have 17 mouse buttons. For some reason, I have an MMO mouse that I don't use. I don't use any of the buttons for
Okay.
anything.
And you would absolutely never play any form of MMO?
No, because if I did, I would never stop.
Sure.
Because I know how I am with certain games. Forza, Destiny. Like when the first Destiny came out, that's all I did. I played that game for 6 to 7 hours a day, I feel like. just doing the daily events and then running strikes and stuff, and that's all an MMO is. So I feel like if I tried to get into, say, World of Warcraft or
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 4, especially Final Fantasy
That would
14.
be the one that you would get into, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. I would enjoy it. I would enjoy it too much. That's the problem.
Sure.
I only have an addictive personality when it comes to things like that. Like, I don't really have an addictive, I've had alcohol, and I've never gotten addicted to alcohol or anything like that. But when it comes to something like a game that hits the I need to go on today thing, I don't know how to describe it, but like the satisfaction of completing a quest or something like that, when it does that too well, I that's all I want to do is play that game.
Yeah.
And have they opened 14 back up to people?
Yes. I think it already happened. If not, it's like later this week.
Gotcha. Because we had that as a story this week or last week when
Yeah.
they were not allowing new players,
Yep.
which is fun. I mean, I can't think of any other time that something like that has happened.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like there might have been a time in the past when a game like stopped doing a free trial or something like that for a short period.
Yeah, but but not letting people pay to play. It seems crazy to me. I've never heard of anything like that happening.
Yeah.
And it's definitely pandemic related because
it's the cryptocurrency. They couldn't get extra server space.
Well, yeah, it's all built in one. Freaking crypto miners. By the way, cryptocurrency took a big dive this weekend, so I'm
good.
Cautiously optimistic that maybe I'll be able to buy a GPU next year. And I almost feel like I want to try out Intel, depending on when they finally roll those out, their GPUs. By the way, you and Mark should feel great about your 1660 Supers because I saw all the benchmarks today for the 3050, and the 1660 Super is still better than it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I have zero interest in buying a new GPU because I am constantly surprised by how good my existing GPU is, and just every time Jen's like, I want a better GPU, I'm like, you have the same thing as me. How could you? I can't imagine a better graphics card.
I don't know. I don't know how much stuff she has downloaded on her computer because she's like, oh, my computer's really chugging bad, like when I'm playing and streaming, and I'm like, your stuff isn't that old. It's not that there's nothing wrong with it. I can't imagine what is happening.
Too much porn.
Too much porn. That's right. Dan rubbed off on her, literally. But yeah, I don't know. Like, she's like, what should I upgrade? I'm like, well, you can upgrade RAM because RAM is really cheap right now for some reason.
Yeah.
Or you can upgrade your CPU. Those would both help with streaming fidelity, and I don't know. I think. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, they do have Dan's laptop, and so like she could use that as a second streaming PC, right? That doesn't have to be particularly strong, correct?
It depends what type of CPU is in the laptop. Also, I don't know if it's a work laptop. If it's a work laptop, they can't do anything with it. But yeah, it doesn't need to be particularly strong. It basically just needs to do video encoding. So if the processor has, 4 cores, 4 threads at least, which most do, it should be able to handle it. I've debated trying 2 PC streaming, but it seems so freaking complicated to me when I don't really have that much of a problem. Like sometimes I have some issues with Resident Evil because I get screen tearing and stuff, but I don't think anybody sees that on the stream. Like I see it.
I haven't seen it.
But yeah, I don't think anybody's going to see it on stream.
Great.
A bad spot. That was not good.
I hit myself with a grenade.
Up the grapple shot.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna stop her from trying to upgrade stuff, because if she upgrades stuff, that leaves more parts for Dan to have to build a computer out of it later.
Right. Sure. I still think he should just get a Series Xbox.
What's left of it?
Because that's gonna do everything that he would possibly want, and they could just use a very cheap capture card. Well, they already have a capture card.
She already has one. I also don't know how she does console streaming. I've never seen her really do it. Dan does it mostly, and I don't know how it's set up on their PC, like with the capture card and everything.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure there's stuff that can be fixed, and she probably needs to reinstall Windows too. She has so much stuff downloaded between like her sounds and all of the software for Elgato. All that stuff's bloated as all hell. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it's making it difficult.
Yeah.
Like, I have too much stuff running right now. I know I do. Because I have OBS going, I have Discord going, I have the game going. I'm all my RGB software, which I'm sure she has going too. Because everybody can see the RGB on my PC right now.
Okay. Right. Of course.
But yeah, like I have the drivers for my mixer going. But yeah, she could. I think if she upgraded her CPU, it would probably be the best thing. I also don't know what streaming settings she's using. Like, she should probably be using the NVENC encoder on her GPU.
I have heard of this.
Hey, Tallulah, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. So the NVENC encoder is a
NVIDIA thing.
NVIDIA
right?
thing, and it's built into RTX cards. And she has a 2060, I think. So it doesn't actually hit anything but those cores on the card. Like it's
Sure.
literally the only thing that those cores do is encode video.
Right.
And if she's not using that, that could cause the CPU to get hit really hard.
Right. I was watching a streamer that was explaining this thing. And the person was saying, like, some random person came into their channel and said, what should I upgrade to stream Monster Hunter World? And the guy was like, that game came out 3 years ago and it's not super intense. What? Also, you haven't said anything about what PC you have. How do you expect me to answer this question?
Yeah.
And then the person said, I have a 2080 Ti. And the guy was like, yeah, you should be perfectly fine. I have no idea why you're having issues.
Yeah, that's a
but
lot
then he
of
explained.
yeah.
Then he explained this whole
NVENC
NV encoder thing. Yeah.
Things are going pretty good here. It's been a week. My dog got fixed on Monday, so it's been a long couple of days, and it's gonna be a long week. So, and yes, it's been really quiet without Jen here. I feel like when Jen goes on vacation, like nobody watches us.
I mean, I think it's more that she talks a lot in the chat, even when she's not on the stream.
Yeah. Yeah, and
then-
she also, I think, puts it in her Discord too, and I haven't done that. I don't know how to. I don't think I have access to do that in her Discord to tell everybody when we're going live.
Yes. She was doing it manually, but I thought I saw something from somebody else that it's like a bot
Yeah.
that does that.
Yeah, I've seen bots that do that too, but I haven't looked into it. Yeah, she got fixed on Monday, and it's always tough, especially with a small dog, to keep them from jumping on and off stuff.
Thanks to Lula. Tallulah just posted it in Roxy's Discord.
Thank you, Tallulah. You're the best. So yeah, it's been difficult to keep her from jumping up and down off of furniture and things.
Oh, okay. We did this recently for Turtle. The spaying stuff.
Yeah.
Her stitches haven't fallen out yet, so her belly's still pokey.
Yeah. Yeah, Penny's stitches are supposed to dissolve, so.
Same.
But yeah, they said like 2 weeks to wear the collar and everything. So
Oh, so okay. Obviously, cats and dogs are not quite the same thing, but for Turtle, we only had to keep her in the collar for like 1 day, and then other than that, it was just if she starts to lick at it, then put the collar back on for a little bit.
yeah, I mean we also have gone overkill. We have her in like a little onesie to cover the stitches and stuff.
That should be enough by itself.
It should be, but you know, we gotta go overboard with everything. Hey, double kill. But yeah, I mean, because she's on, they gave us pain medication and like a sedation thing to give her, which I always hate giving pets that stuff because they don't know what's going on. But at the same time, it helps because I can't keep her in one spot. She just wants to run around the house, and I can't let her do that. So.
Power items have arrived.
We didn't get any medication for Turtle. I think they
Really?
put her. I think they gave her like anesthesia when they did the procedure.
Yeah,
No,
they
they couldn't because she's too tiny. She didn't have anything.
Yeah, they gave her anesthesia too to put her out for the surgery, but they gave us pain meds. They gave us pain meds, and I forget what the other thing was for to keep her like sedated. But she's so small, they're like, give her a quarter of a pill. I'm like, how am I gonna cut this little tiny pill into a quarter? The pill is like, I don't even know how to describe how small it is. It's like this big, and they want us to cut it into force.
Yeah.
So we had to go buy a pill cutter, because naturally. Tallulah, how have your streams been going? I haven't been able to catch much lately, unfortunately, due to said animules. Actually, well, you know what? Next time I die, I gotta shout out to Lula. There we go. Oh, she's been playing some Monster Hunter Rise too.
Yeah, I saw that, but I
Power items
can't verify my phone number with Twitch because of how my carrier works and stuff.
Oh, that's right. You
So
told
it
us
was
about
killing
that.
me. Yeah. It was killing me that I was in the chat watching the stream and couldn't say anything and couldn't join.
Halfway to victory.
Got the camo.
Yeah, Jen was supposed to join us tonight, but she was under the weather. She had vacation sickness. Everybody gets it.
But not the bad one.
No, I don't think so. But vacation sick. I feel like any time I travel, I get sick anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's what happened, especially where she went. There, she was around 1 million people. But hopefully she'll be back with us next week. And hopefully she'll be back on her stream on Friday. Because I don't think she streamed Tuesday either. Yesterday. Where the hell is everybody? Ow.
Damn.
These guys all bunched up. Did I not kill that guy?
Enemy is below us.
Hell no. I still have not purchased the battle pass for this game. I keep going, oh, I'll buy it. I never buy it.
Okay.
Power items available.
Because I'm like, oh, that's... I like the Reach stuff, because Reach is I think, probably my favorite Halo, but, like, do I really need to spend money to buy the Reach stuff?
I mean, yeah. I bought the Battle Pass, like, after playing my first match or two. Because I was liking the game and wanted to support them and stuff, but that's because I'm able to do that, and I didn't care how much I got, like, value for the money.
Yeah, because you were playing for free.
Yeah, and also it was like, it was $8, and free-to-play games are weird, and I have complex feelings on how to support them and stuff like that.
I get it. I totally get it.
It's like, I want to support the game, which I enjoy, but I don't want to support the microtransactions, which are bad. But
Yeah.
your only way to support the game is to do the microtransactions.
Yeah. I mean, I have Game Pass, so I feel like that automatically supports them.
Well, yeah, that's... Okay.
Because I played all the way through the campaign, and I feel like having Game Pass and doing that was enough.
Yeah.
At least for me. Because
Yeah.
I don't feel like dealing with microtransactions either.
Yeah, that's fair. Just... I don't know.
Tagged one.
But yeah, totally get it.
41 spanker inbound.
I get how difficult it can be to try to
M41 spanker available.
Also, I had intentions of playing this more frequently than I have been. Because my Destiny clan folks are obviously also Halo people.
yes.
And I figured I'd play with them, but time schedules didn't line up. Okay.
I'm interested to see how the that was a fucking rocket to the face. How the Witch Queen stuff is that comes out.
Oh.
I haven't touched Destiny 2 in quite some time, so I can't imagine my character being any good.
They drag you up with each season, and so like basically everybody has to level the same amount,
Yeah.
no matter what level you were at the beginning.
Well, and they
or
also
before the season.
like when you get new gear, it like automatically is like puts you at that level. I feel like this. How did we lose?
We were 49 to 49.
I know, but we were up by like 15. What the hell happened?
I don't remember seeing that. Also, I don't know. I didn't play very well, so I'm not surprised.
I don't know. I thought we were up by more. Oh, man. But yeah, I imagine our podcast this week is going to be mostly talking about the Xbox or the Microsoft recent acquisition
Sure.
and what that means for gaming. Because I was racking my brain when I was talking to Mark. I can't remember the last acquisition that was this big. I think the last one was Activision buying Blizzard.
Well, the thing that people have been comparing it to is Disney buying Fox.
Yeah, I can see that. But
like simply doing or allowing the merger to go through just like kills one of the largest players in the whole field in the whole industry.
yeah.
Um,
But this one isn't so much a merger as it is just buying them. Like they're just taking control. I feel like
I mean, Fox was an acquisition.
yeah, Fox was. Yeah, that's a pretty big one. But I mean, like in the gaming realm, I can't think of any besides the Activision Blizzard one. That's the only one I can think of off the like in the recent memories that I can think of off the top of my head. Like people are talking about Bethesda, but Bethesda's not. They're not Activision. Activision is huge.
It's kind of weird to talk about because like the Bethesda acquisition was a smaller amount of money. However, it feels bigger because Bethesda releases more games. Because like Activision is huge and they have a lot of IP and their games are extremely popular. However, they have like 4 of them that are like active.
Yeah, right now.
And
Yeah,
so-
exactly. But at the same time, it's the biggest franchise besides Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
So it's an interesting thing, and I love it. People are like, "Oh, you know, Call of Duty is going to be an Xbox only game from now on," and I think to myself, Microsoft's not dumb enough to leave all of that money on the table. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money to leave on the table to not make it, you know, multi-platform.
The stuff I was listening to, folks were speculating that it's going to be Xbox is going to try to push cloud streaming on PlayStations.
Again,
Like
don't know
push-
how that would work.
What do you mean?
Like how can they do that? Or like how can they push to have their own streaming service on a PlayStation? Like I don't know how that would work.
Well, even if like, I mean, do you mean on a technical level or like a Sony allowing it level?
Sony allowing it level.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is just Sony wants to sell PlayStations, and Microsoft does not care about selling hardware.
No,
And so,
they clearly don't. They've clearly
the-
given that up at this point.
well, anyway, I have thoughts on that too. But the main point is that like the console wars are not a thing because they are not competing against each other.
Nope.
Like they have completely different goals.
Yep.
And so Sony wants to sell PlayStations. That's why they have focus on exclusive games and whatever, right? However, Xbox just wants to push subscriptions and stuff. And so it would be technically relatively simple to get an xCloud app to run on a PlayStation. And if you do that, it means that more people will buy a PS5 because they get the exclusives, but they also can play the Xbox exclusives and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's why so many more people have purchased PS5s, because that's the only place you can get the exclusives. But if you have a PC and Game Pass, you can play the Microsoft exclusives on PC, which is kind of the way I would do it. Was what I'm doing right now, because I couldn't find an Xbox Series X forever.
It's weird. It feels pointless to me to try to compare sales numbers, because both of them are still selling out like instantly. Well, not instantly anymore, but like within a day of a restock.
Yeah.
And so the number of consoles sold is the number of consoles produced. And if one number is higher than the other, it doesn't mean there is not demand for the other thing.
Yeah, the console war doesn't exist anymore, as far as I'm concerned. The sales numbers doesn't mean anything for anybody right now because of shortages and everything.
Way to victory.
And also more backwards compatibility than before.
Yes, that's the other thing, is backwards compatibility. I being a retro gamer myself, backwards compatibility on the Xbox stuff is a big deal. Like
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, if I could have found an Xbox Series X to purchase, I would have done it by now. Just because of, really, you're gonna teabag me and we're winning. Anyway, but yeah, so I would have bought it already just because of the backwards compatibility stuff and being able to play old discs on my Xbox.
The thing I was gonna interject with is, I was so sad when I saw they announced there was the leak about an Armored Core a new Armored Core game.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh man, I bet I should go and play Armored Core 4 or 5, which were on the 360. And I bet they're on backwards compatibility. And I looked it up, and no. That's one of the 3% of all Xbox games ever released.
That's not backwards compatible.
It's not backwards compatible. So,
yeah, that sucks.
That sucks. But, it's fine. Oh, it's fine because Demon X Machina is free on Epic Game Store.
Is it really?
Starting tomorrow. Yeah. Which is by Armored Core developers, and it's essentially the same thing, just a more recent one. People should definitely try that game. It's a solid 8 out of 10.
You think so?
Yeah. I played it on Switch, and I had a pretty good time with it. The story is not particularly coherent, but the story has interesting ideas. It just does not have like a connective tissue.
Yeah, that happens.
And the only problem with the like gameplay stuff is it's a little bit hard to process all the statistics, like what exactly different pieces of equipment are good for.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not that big of a deal when you're playing through the campaign, because it's like, do you want a bazooka or do you want a shotgun? And you should know the answer to that.
Yeah, that's for
like
sure.
which you as a person would prefer.
Yeah. The only thing I really was interested with the Daemon X Machina stuff was the controller, the split grip for the Switch. Right. But now that it's going to be free on Epic, I will check that out.
Yeah. Okay, I think that was my last match because it's my bedtime.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. We can call it there. Before we get out of here, I just want to talk about our other podcast, the They Call This a Movie podcast, which Mark is on, and I was a guest on. You can find that on all of your podcast apps. They release every Thursday. Go check out They Call This a Movie. We also have a podcast here called the Game Vault Podcast. We release every other Monday. We released an episode last week. We talked about games that we hated at first and that we gave a second chance to and ended up really liking. We also did 2 retro roulette games. We did Metroid Prime for the GameCube, and we did Vagrant Story for the PlayStation 1. So if you are playing along at home and you played those, let us know what you think about them. We spun the wheel, and we got... What did we play this week? Final Fantasy V for the PlayStation 1. So again, if you're playing along at home, play that game. Let us know what you think. We'll give it a score on this upcoming episode. Also, before we get out of here, I want to mention that we're an affiliate of Stone Age Gamer. If you have a need for any retro console accessories, whether they be controllers or cables or power supplies or anything like that, head on over to Stone Age Gamer via the link in the chat right now or the description of this video. Every time you use that link, it gives us a little kickback and helps us make these streams and podcasts better for you guys. So for Jonathan and Mark, I want to thank you guys for joining me, and have a good night, and we'll see you in the next one.